Hey y'all. Um, I'm not sure how long this video is gonna be, but I'm gonna try to keep it concise, um, as possible. Okay. But I had about 5 visions yesterday. I think I told you guys about two. I think I had 4 visions yesterday, and I told you guys about two. So anyway, they all one way or another kind of tie into each other so far. So just give me a second. Let me turn on my AC. I'm outside. I went to my neighbor house, but I think he might be in the shower. Um, so yesterday, you guys, I talked about that orange curve, and initially, what it reminded me of was like the band on a Wi-Fi thing, the signal, but turned sideways, of course. And I initially was going to use. I've already yesterday. I already picked the the logo of it. I turned it sideways because I only saw one. Um, so I did. I was trying to like crop it out or whatever. It also reminded me of some type of pulse um, that I saw, I guess, regarding HARP in a while ago. Seems like Mr. MMBB M3 did a video about it. Maybe Dabo did a video about it. I don't remember, you guys. But when I first saw the vision, that's what I was thinking of. And also, I was thinking of the coast of South Carolina, Georgia, and Florida. There's this curve, not as perfect as I saw it, but it came to my mind. Okay, you guys? And very long story short, a call for uprisings channel. There goes that helicopter. I took video of a helicopter flying solo today. I guess maybe it was a news helicopter. I don't know, but I took video of it. Maybe I'll upload it later. Um, I'm going to use the thumbnail, and I might just do 2 videos. I don't know. I'm going to use the thumbnail for the middle of a call for uprisings video because it's showing like this pulse, this sideways Wi-Fi signal, if you will. And he's talking about them already trying to predict where Jose is going. And generally speaking, taking a path which is basically unheard of. And we're not unaware of them weaponizing weather, but he made a great point for them to be saying that perhaps, it's going to go to the East Coast, the Southeast Coast, the East Coast, and then up to New York, New Jersey area, which is unnatural for a hurricane path. And jet streams play a role in it. I'm going to leave a pretty good, I know I left it in maybe the video before last or the last video of a channel that I'm watching, as it relates, one of the channels, as it relates to keeping up with hurricanes. Okay, you guys? But his whole point was someone did an article basically foretelling the path of Jose when some of us were expecting it to die out. So my whole point is keep an eye on Jose. I know it's a category 1 right now, but if we see this thing rapidly start to uh, form, I know I saw some cloud burst in it. Somebody was saying it was thunderstorms. It looks reminiscent of this vaporizing thing that they do to create clouds. I don't think this guy was aware of it, and but I've seen it on another channel. Maybe Hurricane Tracker, or maybe Weather Wars 101 or something like that. And he's got a great point. The way that they are talking about this, it makes it sound as if they are trying to purposely gear this storm to hit New York or take an unnatural path. It's like they already have plans for this, okay? Now, the other vision that I had yesterday, I believe, was of the hurricane behind, or the system behind Jose that died out. Cool. If I see anything else, I'll make a separate video. Because I had to draw it out, and it looks identical. So it almost confirms that Jose may be a tool that they use, seeing that Irma, it did incredible damage, you guys. Please don't underestimate the damage of having no power and flooding and everything else. No, it didn't remain a hurricane 5 and 4 and 3 for the most part, but it did incredible damage. I was expecting it to be more powerful than it was, as far as effects that we would feel here on the southeast. And whatever, I've been out today, people have some flooding in their yard and so on and so forth, but nothing. I've heard that, I think Mr. MMBM3 did a video that schools were indefinitely going to be closed and so on and so forth. So, which brings me to also the update on the Black Arch. One person mentioned in the comment section, I think the letter high, which means water, and so on and so forth. I haven't really looked into it, but coincidentally, when I was watching the news and they were showing downtown Charleston, I think some of the water has receded, but a lot of the roads have closed. They were showing the old slave market, and this thing has an archway. I want to use it. Maybe I'll use it in the next video. It has an archway, a curved archway, but yet kind of rounded and squared almost. And it showed water going up in it. But I already had in my mind, I thought about it, and I think someone commented, but maybe they removed their comment. The Baal Arch, you guys. So when I think of the slave market, I think of slavery, and I think of FEMA camps, which would be a good way for them to try to weaponize our weather to try to get people into FEMA camps. And when I think of the Baal Arch, I also think about this hurricane that they're using, or I think the Lord's trying to point my attention to it, you guys, that they may try to use and formulate and blow up Jose to use it to their advantage. It made me think about that movie, I don't know what it was, Armageddon, where it shows the water going through the Arc of Triumph, or something similar to it, or Arc of Baal, whatever you want to call it. They all related, they all family. So they trying to sacrifice some people. And I haven't heard anything about 9/11, which was yesterday. But I watched a video of an ex-Illuminati family member, I should say. And I'm going to leave her video below. It's going to be, it's a 3-part. One part talks about her personal childhood life. Second part talks about Trump, Hillary, and maybe in the second part also she talks about a microchip that was implanted in her. And the third part is basically shorter. It's a 3-part series. I'll leave part 1 up. I will caution you. It's more disturbing than Kathy O'Brien's story, I believe. And one thing that caught my attention was the fact that she said, perhaps, I think it was Katy Perry, was signifying in one of these music videos with her wearing the little horn on her ear, and coming out of the water, the beast rising. And they are hell-bent on the beast rising at our expense. So we have to, let's pray against the storm. Jose, this might be the third thing I've seen about Jose, you guys. And I felt like the Lord was leading me on a couple paths to show that we can't let our guard down. Continue to send up your timber. Continue to pray, you guys. Put on the full armor of God, the whole armor of God. We still have Nemesis or Nibiru moving in. So many things I can't even. I had a list. So what I'm gonna leave is some videos below. And my last vision basically ties into this. I had a vision last night. It was blue on the ground. It was not an electric blue, but almost an electric blue. And I was just watching a video, and then a suggested video popped up with this same color. It had one on the ground, and it had some other ones like in a foresty looking area. And so I had to watch it. And because it looked like my vision. And I only saw one spot. This one has like 4 or 5 or 6 different colors of blue. And the whole video is about, it's showing the debauchery, showing perhaps even the complacency of the church, the debauchery of the world. He's got a little mix of everything in them in that video. The UN, the New World Order, the transgender movement, the everything. And it's about a 20-minute video. I did have to skip through a little bit. Well, some of it's pictures, some of it's wording that they're reading at the same time. It's not that long. It's very interesting. It talks about Alice Bailey, maybe Aleister Crowley, just basically the times that we are living in. He did use a scripture about the New Jerusalem, which I thought was awesome. It had this purple in it, you guys. Remember I had a vision about purple, but it has this purple in it. And That was encouraging. It's got some great scriptures all throughout the video, and it's about a 20-minute video. If you want to have a brief summary of what, and a refresh reminder, which we all should just stay alert, stay vigilant, I suggest everybody watch this video. And it may be a great tool to help wake people up too, people that you're concerned about. Because these FEMA camps, which I feel like I'm being led to talk about, we got to stick together. We got to work together. Start coming up with a plan. If your area hasn't been hit with a disaster, I also remember watching another video. A lady was in a Red Cross camp, or whatever you want to call it, and she said it's not good. And I want to say it was Texas. If I find the video, it should be in my recent history. I'll link it below, and I'll label it Lady in FEMA Camp. It was short, 2-3 minutes. Looks like she did a little series of 2 or 3 minute videos talking about the conditions. You guys, I really think they are trying to force everybody in one way or another, with one disaster or another, not disclosing information about the dangers of earthquakes and these solar flares and Yellowstone and so on and so forth, because they all they need is a reason to take some people into some FEMA camps, you guys, and promise them food and shelter. Start coming up with a plan of, even if you're displaced, to be in another area, maybe some different states where it may be a little bit safer. You guys, I wasn't expecting these series of visions to point me to these things, but this is what it is. And I think the Lord is wanting us to not really showing that we're not supposed to be trusting our government like that, but only solely relying on Him. He's the answer in these troubled times. He's the only answer. I'll leave some videos below of everything that I talked about. This Baal arch, I did look to see where it was. The only thing I saw was its last placement at the G20 summit. I won't be surprised if I see news about it, because I feel like the Lord was pointing me to this, that one being the fact that it's black, just showing me that will be one of the things that I might just see in the news here. I won't be surprised, okay, you guys? And hopefully they're not trying to this arch may, and the Lord showed me the slave market downtown, may very well mean that there's a threat to South Carolina. I'm not worried about that right now. I am going to keep my eye on it. He'll be faithful to continue to reveal those things, but keep an eye on Josie. That's all I can say. It was supposed to die out. It's only a category 1 right now. So we'll know more information later on. I'll leave all links below. And I'll come back and talk with you later. I feel like it's a couple more things I need to add to this. Maybe a second part or a whole separate video. Okay, you guys? I'll talk with you later, okay?